Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really proud to be part of a collaboration recognising World AIDS Day and a group of artists who are absolutely amazing and very talented are all coming together to create a piece that recognises this special day to raise awareness. And we're obviously having to use red as the primary colour, so red features in all of our creations, but everything else is up to us and our interpretation of what we want to create. So I've got some ideas, I'm going to run through those now. But all I will say is in my description below, there's some information about World AIDS Day and also the running order of the artists as they appear today with their collaborations. If you're watching this at a later date, be sure to check out everybody in order and check out their channels and the creations that they make today for World AIDS Day. So let's see what we can create. Okay, so here's my idea. I'm going to use two arched canvases and I'm going to do one half using red and then the other half I'm going to use blues and greens. And my interpretation of this is one half of the red is to represent World AIDS Day and then the other half is to represent the world. So bringing those together to signify World AIDS Day. So just let's have a look at the tones that I'm going to use. Some basic tones of green, blue, indigo, red and white. Okay, so for the earth side, where I'm using my blues and green tones, I've decided to layer a cup and then I'm just going to pour that cup on that half of the canvas. So I'm just layering each of the tones in different orders, using the blues and the greens, and then that's going to be poured out on the canvas as a straight pour across that side. Okay, so I've got my two arches ready. I have painted the sides of the earth one. On this side I'm going to use that for my red and my white, and I'm just going to do a very basic blowout, and then on this side is going to be my earth side where I'm using my blues and greens. I'm going to just do a pour on that side, and then with the red side I'm just going to layer some of the red on the white and then blow it out with a hairdryer and probably my mouth as well, just to get that depth and that tone that I want to create for that half. Okay, so let me get my cup. I'm going to do the earth side first, and I'm just going to zigzag down all the way down. And do you ever get it where you've got this approach in your head and then last minute you just change it, up and completely go against the plan that you've made? That's what I'm doing with this one. So let me just go back up. I really love that green, and you know I'm a big fan of blues, as you know. So I just want to make sure that I've got a good balance between the blue and the green. Okay, I'm going to just stretch this out. I want to try and keep those lines that I've got. So I'm just going to stretch this across the canvas. It's quite thick paint, as you can see. And the reason I've done it a little bit thicker is because I didn't want to lose some of those lines. So I'm just going to stretch that over the sides. What does this say to you? Does this say earth? Obviously, you know, it's a very basic colour palette. I didn't want to complicate things. I wanted to keep the blues and the green tones quite consistent. I think I've managed to do that on this half. I'm going to be really interested to see how this joins together with the red and the white afterwards. So I'm just tilting it to cover the canvas. Yeah, I really like that. I can see a few gaps. I'm just going to touch up those gaps. I'm really happy with the pattern. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, so when I look back, I'm really pleased with the lines I've managed to keep, and I really like the movement. It kind of goes in that kind of circular arch movement. So this side, I'm going to just layer the base with white, and I'm just using red on top, and I'm going to blow that out using my blow dryer. So I'm just going to put white on the base, and then I'm just going to put the red paint on top and blow that out. Just spreading all the white over the base, to cover the full base before layering on top. Just checking I've got no obvious lumps and that the consistency is right on top. Okay, so I'm literally going to grab my red and I'm just going to literally put the red on top of the white. Just all the way down the middle, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it all the way down the middle. Knowing me, I'm probably going to use too much red and I'm going to add a bit more white. But obviously I want the red to really stand out because that's the whole point of this creation. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. It's World AIDS Day. So I'm going to take my white and I'm going to write the word. If I can keep a steady hand, of course. So hopefully adding a little bit more white on top of the red will give a good balance when I'm blowing it out, and it's not just going to be one block of red that you see. It's going to be obviously a good mixture of the red and the white. Let me just take you in for a little closer look of that. There we go. World AIDS Day. Okay, so I'm going to now blow this out. Okay, so I'm going to blow it out, and almost immediately I can see that I've used far too much of the red tone. I think it's almost going to cover this side of the creation, but you know what? That's okay. It's only paint. I can go over it. I can change it a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more white in. So I'm just going to blow all this out, get the majority of the paint off this side, and then fiddle and get the kind of look that I'm aiming for. Yep, so as predicted, far too much red. So I'm just blowing some more of that off. So some of the base, some of the white base appears through onto the top, just to create that contrast and that depth to this piece that I wanted to create this side. I'm going to add some more white. I'm just going to blow some more of that off now, and then add some white in afterwards. But I'm going to just take my white tone, I'm going to add it to this side now, and create a piece that we can all be proud of. It's too much of a block in that corner, so I'm just going to add a little bit more white, and then I'm going to just blow that through. And then I think what I might do is I think I'd like some white swirls across the across this side. So I think I'm gonna just use the finger and I'm gonna just create some swirls on this half. There we go, just breaking that red up there. And then I'm going to just add a little bit more white there. Okay, I'm becoming a little bit more happy with this. And I'm hoping that it dries really well. So when the two pieces are put together, my vision that I had in my head, I've then created on the canvas. And that's sometimes what I find most difficult. I've got all these visions in my head, and it's just trying to get that interpretation down on the canvas. And guys, this is what I love about a collaboration. I absolutely love working with other artists and seeing what each of us create. So as you can see, I have taken you in for a close-up, a wet version close-up of this creation. This is the earth side, and then we're just going into the red side of that creation. And I really did need to add more white to that side because I really wasn't happy with the block of red, and I'm really pleased with the way that it's turned out. I'd love to know what you think as well. So here we go. This is a close-up of the dried version. I'm so happy with how this turned out. The concept that I had in my head, I managed to translate into a creation on canvas. I've had so much fun collaborating with these amazing artists. Please check out Sarah Mac, who is up next, and all the descriptions and the links are below. World AIDS Day is such an important day to recognise, so please also check out the information that's in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.